From his fighting skills to incredible acting, is there anything Scott Adkins can't do? Who knows? But we do know more about his role in John Wick 4. Starting with the teaser updates. Honestly, everyone needs to say thank you to the editors that made the new teaser for the upcoming film. We finally get some more hints about what this movie will have. Well, at least what characters the A-list cast members might be playing. And one of these members is the man, the myth himself, Scott Adkins, who we're going to see play the most terrifying villain in this franchise so far. I know it's a bold claim, but trust me, it's possible. Adkins will play a character called Killa, which I think most of us can already agree is a perfect name. And honestly, I'd say it's a big spoiler for this movie. But getting back to it, this is a man who's been mentioned before in the films. This means the fans can be at peace that Wick hasn't just been ignoring a huge threat because he wanted to, especially since his name has popped up as someone who shares a common enemy with John Wick. Which, I know, you're thinking, hey, doesn't that make him an ally? Well, come on. Can't we all think of at least two people that had started off wanting to help this man only to have a gun at his head at some point? Now, I don't think that's enough proof, but let's go deeper into whether or not Scott is playing an ally or a surprise villain. So, there's a good chance that Adkins isn't playing the main villain in Chapter 4. I don't think Bill Skarsgård would be too happy if he lost his role from right under his nose with this one. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, you all watch the trailer. The biggest hint we've got for this is right there. Looks like it's Bill who's going to be the sneaky villain this time. That's right, Pennywise himself may be planning to traumatize even more people. In the teaser, we got to see him looking all intimidated and talking about his ominous plans with someone. Now, this mystery person he sat across is likely going to be Mr. Wick. And the biggest hint to that? His two henchmen, Haruyuki Sanada's Shimazu and Donnie Yen's Kane, are later seen fighting Wick as the trailer continues. So I'm sure we could all agree that just the way Skarsgård is introduced in the trailer means he's supposed to be a big deal. But does it mean he has to be the only one eager to bring even more chaos into John's life? Of course not. It honestly seems like a wonderful pastime for all the global villains we've met so far. This means no one can predict whether or not Adkins will play a double-crosser or a genuine friend for our dog-loving assassin. Though I'm certainly going to continue trying to. So what clues do we have about this mystery character's motives? Well, for starters, the actor isn't getting a lot of screen time in this film. Which, I know, doesn't sound like much, but stick with me here. We're about to get a bit technical, and can you blame me for that? We still know so little about the movie, and the fans got to make theories out of something, right? So judging by the little info we've got so far, Scott's got to be set up for future projects and play a bigger role. Look, there are a lot of awesome things about this franchise, but one of them is how it doesn't seem to waste characters. Even if the story is straightforward at times, there's always value to the work being put into the characters and plot by the writers and actors. Now, keeping that in mind, if he's then an ally for Wick, it'd make a bit more sense. He could just be someone guiding our main hero as he goes on to face Pennywise, or even offer that he's got a new job for him. Either way, you've got to admit, if they're hiring a talent like Scott Adkins, they've got to give him a role worth his time. Though, if you haven't gotten on this actor's train yet, you might still underestimate him. But hey, just the people he's working with are a testament to this man's great talent. Because not everyone gets to gush over working with ex-stuntman Chad Stahelski. Guys, if you don't know, Adkins has also made quite a name for himself in the stunt industry. And in a recent interview, he went on about being able to work with one of his idols as his director for John Wick 4. He stated that because of all the work he has done as a stuntman, watching someone like Chad take the wheel BTS was certainly incredible, especially since he's someone that also rose through the ranks of martial arts and truly understands how everything works. Which, if you've seen any of the John Wick films, you know that's a very useful position to have had. And according to Scott, Chad's one of the best martial artists he's ever met. Fans couldn't believe how skilled he is in many different martial art forms. Which, yeah, that's certainly setting the bar high for the next film. But I know we should be all right. But Adkins won't be worrying about the next film. For him, just working on this film is one of the highest achievements he knows he can get. Even with being known in this industry for his specialties, the actor's not taking a role in the John Wick franchise lightly. 'Cause, as he said, John Wick is the best action movie and action movie franchise currently being produced in terms of action. See, that's how you know he's gonna respect his work. And when you're working closely with Keanu, you have to do that. But exactly how close did he work with Reeves? Well, their characters, for one, are connected to each other more than you think. First off, the man himself has confirmed that, to some extent, their characters have a very personal connection. Now, what that is might surprise you all, so get this. He revealed that his character is essentially responsible for Wick's dad's death. I know, what? But what is the story behind that? We'll get to know only when the film comes out. Though we might get some hints from the fact that Scott has been training himself to get a German accent. The actor revealed that his character is certainly full of himself, and so he tried his best to make his accent match that. Which of course ended with a lot of hours on YouTube, as well as some unknown mentoring from the legend himself, Keanu Reeves. That's right, even he doesn't know it. The man is an inspiration for Scott Adkins. And that, right there, is a very relatable sentence, because who isn't inspired by Reeves? Because, like Scott went on to comment, he's just such a fantastic guy. And certainly one of the reasons why the actor believed John Wick is so successful is because of Reeves' skill to sell being a killer. After all, when Keanu steps into that character, it's just so fun to watch. Especially since he's got this perfect balance where he can blend his off-screen personality to give this assassin a softer edge when needed. Of course, that'd be incredible to look up to as a stuntman and an actor. So if nothing else, we can all go into the cinema to know that. Even if Adkins' character is revealed to not be sorry for killing Wick's dad, there's no love lost between the actors. And that's all Scott Adkins has said about his character in John Wick 4.